The Weather Xtreme video, the morning edition for Wednesday, the 10th of May. I'm James Spann. Summer-like weather today and tomorrow. Rain returns at the end of the week on Friday, and then a very nice weekend ahead. There's the water vapor satellite view. A big upper low this morning is near Phoenix in the southwest United States. That'll be lifting out in coming days. That brings the next chance of wet weather on Friday for us. 50s and 60s early this morning. Fort Payne, the cool spot at 54. Birmingham at 62. We'll be in the upper 80s in most spots today. Somebody may be touching 90. Around the region, colder in the western states. We'll cool down a little bit this weekend with highs going back in the 70s on Saturday. Around the nation this morning, pretty quiet. We do note a severe thunderstorm watch for parts of the Texas Panhandle and the South Plains. There is a risk of severe weather in that zone today, running all the way from the Rio Grande up to near Chicago and Cincinnati. Of course, we're dry here. Tomorrow, a risk of severe weather again from Texas up to parts of Arkansas, Missouri, and then over into the Ohio River Valley. And on day 3, which is Friday, there is a marginal risk for parts of the southeastern states. We kind of expected the guys to do this. In Alabama, you can see that marginal risk includes Tuscaloosa, Birmingham, Anniston, Gadsden, Montgomery, Demopolis, Alexander City, and Jackson and Mobile. And we'll talk about that in just a second, the specifics, but it's not an overwhelming threat for sure. Rain for the next 7 days, and basically all of this will be Friday and Friday night. This is the rain through Wednesday morning of next week. The amount should be in the 1/2 inch range for most of the state. And look what we got here. We have the first tropical storm of the season over in the eastern Pacific. This is Tropical Storm Adrian with top winds of 45 miles an hour. A little early in the season for this. Typically, the systems begin showing up in the eastern Pacific later in May. Here's the track. This thing is expected to be a hurricane by late Friday night, kind of meandering off the far south coast of Mexico and Central America. Just a sign of the times. The Atlantic hurricane season begins on June 1st. All right, model fans, here we go. The GFS, the 06Z run, valid this afternoon at 1 o'clock local time at 500 millibars. Big upper low at that point should be over New Mexico. And again, for us, sunny and very warm, upper 80s in most spots today. Same thing tomorrow, partly sunny. Upper 80s are likely. We note that surface low west of the state. And then Friday, rain and storms move into Alabama at some point during the day, with a weak surface low near Tupelo, Mississippi. And this is Friday night, just after midnight. Rain and storms continue. Looks like the rain should be ending at some point soon after midnight Saturday or Friday night, very early Saturday morning. We'll check the high-resolution NAM. We're now just within range here. This model, the 3-kilometer NAM, goes out to 60 hours, and this is 60 hours out, valid Friday afternoon at 1 o'clock. And you can see a few storms beginning to form. It looks like the better chance of rain and storms, I'd say, would be from about noon until midnight. That'll kind of be our 12-hour window. And that's not to say it's going to rain the entire time. It won't, but it could at any time during that period. Instability value is pretty robust on this. This is suggesting the max CAPE is over 3,000 joules per kilogram up over parts of west and northwest Alabama, but the wind fields are just kind of weak here. This is the SRH, the storm relative helicity. And so the main issue is going to be some storms with maybe some small hail and strong gusty winds Friday afternoon and Friday evening. But again, the overall threat not all that overwhelming at this point. And again, rain amounts will likely be about 1/2 inch. But for anybody with an event outdoors Friday night, like the high school graduations, you sure might want to think about a plan B to get those indoors. Saturday will be cooler, beautiful. Sky becoming mostly sunny. High will drop back into the mid to upper 70s. System moves on to the east. And Sunday, very nice. We start the day in the 50s. The high should be in the low to mid 80s. Monday of next week, warm and dry, upper 80s. And Tuesday, same thing. Warm, dry weather in a week from today, Wednesday, May 17th. Big cold trough in the western states. Around here, kind of a flat ridge, and again, we're warm and dry. Here's the end of the forecast period. This is the end of next week, Friday, the 19th of May. Big upper low in the west. We've still got ridging here, and we're still dry. So really at this point, most all of next week looks warm and dry. Numbers, highs go back in the 70s Friday and Saturday, but then back in the 80s maybe flirting with 90 a day or two next week, and that's a sign of the time. Summertime is almost here. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video this morning. We'll have notes in the blog. The next video here by 4 o'clock this afternoon. If you can't catch us this evening on ABC 3340 News at 4, 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and God bless.